Modern life is the ultimate machine for throwing ourselves out of balance. We stay up later, we work longer hours, we sleep less than ever, and it seems to get worse with each passing year. And on top of that, we're constantly stimulated by our devices and we never give ourselves a chance to unplug. It's enough to make yourself feel crazy. I know I have at times. And that's why it's important to get back to the fundamentals. Hello, I'm Rob Phillips, and welcome to my channel, where I teach you how to live a more balanced and present life through yoga and meditation. Today we're going to dive a bit into the concept of yin and yang and how balancing those two is the key to creating balance in our overall life. As always, these themes are drawn from my newsletter, so if you haven't already, please follow the link down below to subscribe to that. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, give it a like and consider subscribing to my channel so you can get more content like this each week. The ancient Taoists studied everything in nature to see how it behaved. Their observations showed that the universe is a constant interplay of different forces, and these forces are always interacting with one another, trying to find a natural balance. They concluded that when things are in harmony, they function correctly and flow more smoothly, whereas when things become unbalanced, there is disharmony and things do not operate correctly. The most simple framework they use to describe these various forces are the concepts of yin and yang. Yin and yang are opposing qualities that can be found in all things. To generalize, things which we would consider more yang in nature tend to be more fluid or dynamic, rising, hot, those sort of qualities, whereas things which are more yin in nature tend to be more stable, more calm, more cooling, grounded, those sort of qualities. Anything in the universe can be described in terms of the relationship between these qualities of yin and yang. So if we were to step back and reflect on this in relation to our modern lifestyles, we can see that in general, most of us are in an excess of yang energy most of the time. We're always moving, never stopping, constantly stimulated. We never give ourselves a break. And when we don't give ourselves an adequate counterbalance to all of this, the system breaks. We develop headaches or digestion issues, stress, anxiety. From the Taoist perspective, many of the ailments of our modern life could be attributed either to an excess of yang or a deficiency of yin. That's why it's so important to take time to develop practices that invite this yin quality into our lives. And so what are we to make from all of this? Well, if you've been following my channel for a while, you might have some hint of what I might suggest. This is where practices like yin yoga can become invaluable. When we practice yin yoga, we're allowing ourselves this dose of calming energy. We're allowing ourselves a counterbalance to the crazy of our modern lifestyle. But I will say that yin yoga is of course not the only option. We could go for a nice quiet walk. We could sit and we could meditate. We could read a book, or really anything that is less stimulating than the kind of frantic pace of our normal lives. And the other part of this is, of course, being aware of the excess of yang energy in our lives. Almost all of us spend way more time than we should on screens, and it's so easy to go perpetually down a rabbit hole of clicking or searching. What I would invite you to do is notice if you feel that urge to go do something, to go search for something on your phone. Try to pause for a moment, try to give yourself a little space, and just sit for a few seconds. These little micro doses of yin can compound over time to become something much more powerful than they might seem. And of course, getting rid of all of the yang influences on your life will never be possible, and from a place of balance, of course, some yang is definitely necessary. But I want you to try and take a chance to notice how much excess yang you have in your life and to be really intentional with how you use this sort of energy. And so like so many things, the hardest part of all of this is simply getting started in the first place. So here are a few suggestions to help you work with this balance of yin and yang in your life. As I just said, notice if you feel that pull to go search, to go browse, that restlessness, that anxiety that's all too familiar for us. Stop in those moments and take a few breaths. Feel the ground beneath you. Give yourself a moment to stabilize. Try to schedule at least an hour a week for a yin-dominant practice, such as yin yoga or meditation, something where you really get a chance to slow down and unplug. At least once a week, you should try and take a nice long walk where you don't even bring your phone and just take in the sights and sounds of your neighborhood, your environment. Of course, you could go to a nice park or somewhere really pleasant to take this walk. But again, this chance to remove the extra stimulation and be in nature in this organic way can be hugely helpful for balancing out this sense of yin and yang within yourself. In terms of a daily routine, simply taking just 5 minutes a day to sit and meditate, to notice your breath, notice your experience, can provide a daily dose of this yin energy to help keep you in check on a more regular basis. And my final suggestion here is to have a solid lights off time after which you don't use electronic devices. About 9 p.m. or so tends to be good for most people's schedules. This will give your brain a chance to wind down and will help improve the quality of your sleep so that you feel more rested. And so this is just a very brief introduction to some of the concepts of yin and yang and as they relate to our daily life. And my hope and my intention is definitely to keep exploring these topics in the future. As I said in the beginning, if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a like, subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and if you want to get the full version of these reflections as soon as they come out, please follow the link down below and subscribe to my newsletter.